Women's Physique, Portugal Pro Edition. Zimmerman, let's talk about Anna Ciccarelli in 10th place. And this was a shocker. She has phenomenal potential. We've seen her before. She got crazy muscle bellies, round, freaky, very feminine. She has a small waist. She has one of the best potentials in the world. But this was almost off season, Zimmerman, in 9th place.
I was I was also shocked a bit. I would say shocked
I would say
because
shocked. Yeah.
yeah, this is like she didn't want to be there at all.
No.
She has no
Pissed off.
condition in the lower body, no condition
No.
at all. She did also started with some bodybuilding poses, I think. But that was not the problem. But she never smiled. She was like, yeah, doesn't want to be there. And of
No.
course, with this condition, it was, yeah,
Yeah.
like you said, she has all the possibilities in the world to go far. But I see her personally way more in women's bodybuilding with her structure than in the women's physique division.
Paula Maresca in 8th. Conditioning was decent. She just needs good old fashioned more meat to every body part, correct?
No, true. Not much to say about this. Pretty good, I would say. So
Yeah.
more muscles is most of the time a thing you need if it's not
Mar
conditioned.
Marcia Moir from Brazil. Conditioning was also decent. She just needs a lot more muscle in every part, kind of like Paula. She's and she also needs better stage presence. She was not smiling as much, Marcia. She did a good job, decent job with conditioning, but without the muscle, it's never going to be high in shows. So some need some more muscle, correct?
And her midsection is a big problem, I think. I don't know what's going on there. Like, uh, very watery also. She's conditioned, yes, but everywhere, but not in the midsection. So, yeah, and just more size overall. I would say probably this is a 2 year off season.
Jada Beverly, one of the American girls who has a reputation of having a very good physique. She comes in, she has phenomenal structure. She got great potential. The upper body specifically is phenomenal. She has that real bodybuilding, women's physique type of shape where she can do well in any show. She did not have any stage presence. She was not smiling whatsoever, and she was conditioning in the lower body weeks off there, Zimmerman.
This was from the upper body was okay, in my opinion, was okay. It was not crazy, but lower body is like 6 weeks outlook, to be honest. To be fair, she can do much better. She has crazy potential, but also when you combine not that good condition with a not so good stage presence, doesn't work.
It doesn't work. 6th out of 9 there. And if she was in shape, she would be battling with the top two.
Top two girls. Yeah, exactly.
And that's why we're a little bit criticism because when we see someone with the potential to be a top 3 girl bring this type of stage condition and presence, we would not sure why she would spend all that money to fly for this long. Just do another prep 4 or 5 weeks more and be in shape. It's
Yeah,
really
absolutely.
yeah. Jasmina Gauch, this is her highest placing ever. She's been competing for 2 years. She's known for her killer abs. She brings good, decent conditioning in her upper body. Her structure isn't the absolute best, as she's a little bit more. She's not so shapely, but she
No.
has a nice feminine appearance. She's good stage presence, the opposite some of the other girls we talked about here. And it's just about she needs to be in much better condition, but still, this was her best placing ever. But that was also because a lot of the girls underneath didn't have enough muscle or they weren't in condition. But I like her look. She just needs to come in much harder in the lower body and, if possible, gain some muscle.
Yeah, I think the condition again in the lower body. I mean, of course, with the women, it's normal that you probably lose the last fat there, but so far everyone needs to be much tighter and much harder in the lower body, from the quads through the glutes, through the hams, everywhere.
As we look at the first call out, so we've put out the first call out, and finally, not finally, but I'm very happy that the judges saw it as we saw it when we were watching it live. There was 4 girls in a complete different level. I repeat, complete. It was almost like 4 girls came to bring it out of this lineup that are like brought a professional conditioning. Well, we'll talk about a little bit about that, but there were 4 girls on a complete different level. That's not supposed to be with 9 girls, Zimmerman. You're supposed to have more girls out of 4. Agree that is on that level. We didn't see it here, so we only needed a first call out of 4. Correct?
Yes, exactly.
Yes.
And there you can, yeah,
See
they,
it, and we have Martina who finished 4th, who has great legs. She had phenomenal conditioning, just like Spain. I don't know I think she looked pretty similar. I don't think she was any better or worse or fuller or tighter, or she looked great in Spain. The reason she looked better in Spain in a way for me, because the lineup was so much better in Spain.
yeah,
So when you look really good next to good girls, it's more impressive. When you look really
yeah,
good next to girls who aren't in shape, it doesn't mean
mhm,
as much because all the girls aren't in shape. So
yeah,
here
that's true.
she was looking good, but there were so few girls in shape that it was like, of course she's going to be top 4. Martina, a great flow to the body.
Yeah, absolutely. And she's pretty much always in condition, at least.
Great.
Like, but Spain was good. I think it was pretty much the same as you said here. Uh, Maybe she could improve posing a little bit, in my opinion, but that's right. And a deserved 4th place,
Yeah.
I think.
In top 3, even though Lenka did not have the conditioning of Martina, that was a big difference. But here we go, so you guys understand. Conditioning does win shows when everything else is equal with the physique. Lenka did not have the condition of Martina, but still better condition than Jasmina, Jada, and these girls. But she got 3rd over Martina because her body fuller, is rounder, is genetically more pleasing. It's just a better physique, guys. So condition isn't everything. But if Lenka would have been in that crazy condition, she would have probably maybe have won the show. Okay, guys? So you have to understand conditioning is important. But when you have genetic girls like Lenka with a beautiful body who's trained her whole life, she is able to get top 3 over shredded girls like Martina because she's just better physique. And that's what you saw in women's bodybuilding with Martina. She was almost, I want to say off, but she was definitely not on whatsoever in the conditioning, but she still beat girls in Spain because she just has a better body. So
Yeah.
Lenka just has a better body than Martina, and that's why she was 3rd. Those arms, that back, even though she hid big mistake. She put her back in her presentation. You couldn't even see her back.
Mm.
Uh, Great. Her legs are brought up. Beautiful body, beautiful skin. And she's not a young woman now. She's way over 40, but she don't look it.
No.
Beautiful skin, great body. So Zimmerman, this is a girl. What can you imagine her in condition?
That's it. I mean, her round muscle bellies stand out. She looks, everything is like popping, but just I didn't expect her to be in that bad conditioning. And you always need to take in consideration bad for her because she's so good. She was at the Olympia 2 times. And then you see her small waist, round shoulders, the biggest arm, one of the biggest arms in WPD. And then you just don't bring it in the lower body. Also, from the back, especially the glutes and hams are way too soft. She's still impressive and very well deserved 3rd place, but yeah, she needs to lose like probably 6 to 8 pounds to be at this next level condition to win a show.
And what's sad about that is that she's heard that the last 3 years now. Yeah, she used to have that, and that's when she was at the Olympia. She has not achieved that in like 2, 3 years now.
Okay.
I don't know who the coach is because she's a new coach again. She was with another coach that she'll rename nameless, as she was very well. That's probably, but at least he has a new coach now. Let's see if that can work better than the old coach. First show was hopefully. I don't like the word used. Do you like the word warm up? For me, it's a
Warm up show or what?
horrible word. But
Warm up show?
it, do you like that word as a coach? Do you have
I
that
don't
yourself?
know. I don't know. Yeah, I had some people telling me, what about a warm up show? I say, yeah, it's either we're gonna do a show or we wait for the first show, whatever. It's just your first show. It's not a warm up show.
So
Or
the
do you just
condition, no,
want
I
to
mean, I'm
be?
talking about the condition. This is just a warm up condition. You know, it doesn't mean I'm like a
Yeah, but
4 weeks out. I'm
you're
just
not.
warming up here.
Yeah, but you're not automatically better when you do one show and then the other. Maybe everything goes down the toilet after your first show. You never know. So you should always take every show as serious as you do, and then not just do, okay, let's see, whatever, how many shows I do,
Unless it's some type of regional show just to qualify.
unless you're a fit model, maybe.
Yeah. Well, like a regional, if you do a women's physique regional show as an amateur, you don't
Yeah,
need to
there you can stand
yield because
because
you
you
have to
just
keep care of your
need.
health there. Yeah.
Exactly. There you can stand in off-season shape because, like you said, you need to take off time off, especially before a prep, and you cannot. And especially these regionals and pro qualifiers are way too far apart sometimes. So it's in my opinion, it's way better to just step on stage and then kill it at the pro qualifier, than try to peak for two shows within like 12 weeks. That's not possible. Not in a healthy way, at least.
Now, the controversy, or not, depending how what you say. Let's say first, Julia Cabarros looked to me in second. She was to me as we see her on the screen. I saw no difference other than maybe more uh, stage presence. Just she was so confident now in Portugal compared to Spain. Julia, she looked fantastic, bro. Did you see any down? Did you think she was worse than Spain?
I think she was a bit flatter from the front in the upper body, but that's it. But like as peeled as before and everything, and even that's what I found very important. Both Julia and Sylvia came up and lightened up the stage. They
Oh.
smiled and they were like, and it's an eye catcher. It's not you automatically watch it. You see it.
Back to Julia. Her arms, huh? Wow.
Yeah, yeah, crazy.
Her back, like she doesn't. Okay, maybe her abs and thigh is the only little bit weak pose sometimes because she
Yeah,
crunches down and she
too
puts her
much.
bra up there, and it's you don't. It's not her best pose. But do you see any weak body parts at all on Julia?
I think in the front, relaxed, she can have a bit more shoulders to make it even more 3D and X-frame. This X-frame create more of this X-frame, but other than that, no, not at all. No
We
weak point. She will be in the weeks for the Olympia.
we see Sylvia Martinez come out, and remember before this, the old world were have always given Julia the victory coming in almost.
Yes.
Because we've never seen Sylvia in crazy conditions. So we didn't think it was possible. She comes out, and when she, because I say, okay, let's see the back, and Zimmermann, it's a night and day difference, brother. Just
Yeah,
like
that's true.
Hagit from Spain to Portugal, where you had more time. Um, Sylvia turns around, and I was like, bro, we have a fight. And Zimmerman, Sylvia, although she can still be harder, but talk to us about how impressed were you as a coach with the condition difference in just remember, this is not 14 days of prepping because they probably had a meal on that Sunday night, and then you have to travel. Well, she's from Spain, so there's not much travel. So thank God for that. She's from Spain. Isn't she from Spain?
But she's from Spain,
Yeah.
yes.
So you have that meal on Sunday, and then you got to fly to Port. So it's not like you have a legit 14 days here, but still,
Mm.
talk to us about the difference in condition in 14 days.
I was very happy because that's what I'm always talking about. Like back-to-back shows doesn't make sense. In 14 days, you can make a lot improvements, and Sylvia is the best example for it. Also, that she was her stage presence, her individual routine was just great. She was posing, the transitions were flawless and everything. She was much better conditioned, and sometimes I don't know why they crunch their abs and thigh shots so weird, I would say. Even the same with the back shots, also with Hargit, but whatsoever. Conditioning was improved like 10 times, and there you can see, like, you need to stick to the plan, but then you also like can do a lot in 2 weeks if you do it correctly. And yeah, you need to push hard probably, but not too hard. So yes, you can do it, but it takes a lot of work and a lot of time between the coach and the athlete and a lot of communication.
And this is the key words for people: communication. I've been to hundreds and hundreds of shows, and since I know all the female athletes, I see how they're communicating with the coaches and back and forward. And sometimes, guys out there, the girls don't do what the coach is saying. They have their own approach to things. They send the check-ins with light, and sometimes light is on, sometimes light is off, sometimes they're doing their own macros, sometimes. And when you're traveling for the last 5 days, you can't find, they don't even find where the supermarket is to find the food. They don't know if the food is. So it's a lot of things. People, communication, if you can't communicate and tell the coach what you're doing and what they're doing, it's never going to end up. So here Sylvia did the right thing, but here we see, okay, so as I was watching, I had Julia winning most shots, though. I'm saying, so this is the top two, clearly top two. I saw front shots was going to Julia, yeah?
You know, we
Side shots were close.
Yeah, but the back shots I gave to Julia. But
The
that
back
was
shots you gave to Julia.
Yeah.
But Sylvia still took it when they announced when they announced Julia second.
Yeah.
Bro, I gotta say, I don't. I can understand Julia is pissed off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Of course.
Because Sylvia, even though she was third at last show, Graham was there, and she did improve. But Julia was still better condition. She still had everything, and it was still quite a big difference in conditioning, though. Still,
yeah.
But Sylvia, to her credit, she's genetically like very like superior when it comes to that 3D look.
Yeah.
He has bodybuilding, Kevin Leone, Phil, 3D pop, where Julia doesn't possess that type of. Lenka also has that 3D look.
Exactly. Yeah. This
Julia does not.
Look, right? No, but she's peeled and she's beautiful and she can pose. So you see, like, yeah, easy as that.
Yeah. So we don't want to say robbery because we have, guys, when you are at the show and you see the joy in Sylvia, you see, and remember, guys, Julia is qualified to the O. Sylvia, who's always been fifth, sixth, and we always said she has so beautiful shape. She just got to come in better condition. So when she comes into great condition, we don't want to scream, this shouldn't it be, blah, 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 blah. But we do understand the frustration in Julia.
Yeah,
because Zimmermann, Julia was on.
Yeah.
And she was beautiful.
Yeah, of course. And she was the favorite going into the show. Of course you want to win.
She was on like crazy, bro.
Yeah.
Wow, I don't know. This was close. Can we say this was? And what's even more surprising?
Yeah.
Not one judge had it close. It was a perfect score, bro.
Yeah.
Explain how that's possible. No, explain how it's possible that it was a perfect score.
I think it was just the more muscular look, which was not that she was so much more muscular, but she created a much more muscular look. Sorry?
When she does the front double, you see her arms have like separation,
Yes.
split the muscle, hard
Split
fibers.
biceps, right? Yeah, yeah.
And Sylvia has that 3D crazy pop, but
Yeah.
her size wasn't as big and bubbly because she was finally in great shape. Yeah,
Yeah, but still
but she still had that
relatively big. Yeah,
3D look.
exactly. Yes.
And I know a lot of the people out there, specifically fans of women's bodybuilding and women's physique, is kind of like women's bodybuilding, the light, like classic to bodybuilding, like the lighter version. They really love, a lot of them and myself. We love that, and just like how we like Samson Dauda and Phil Heath, we love 3D pop. Eh?
Yeah, of
Like
course.
we love
That's
Linka
impressive.
3D pop. Yeah. Well, congratulations to Sylvia for one of the most surprising, I would say the most surprising well, no one expected Martina to come in, beat Nastenka, but Nastenka was off in Spain. And Julia was on in Portugal.
Yeah, true.
Yeah.
True.
Yeah. So congratulations to Sylvia beating on Julia. Meaning now, Sylvia, if you can keep coming a tad tighter and fill up and bring that round 3D pop and with even better hair makeup presentation with a slightly tighter look. Oh, this Olympia. Can you imagine her and Julia now in that top 10 at the O? Woo.
Absolutely. This will be interesting. Who is now able to conserve that or even improve in the next 12 weeks?
With the great Natalia Coelho and
Oh,
Zama Benta,
yeah.
and it's gonna be crazy. Sarah Viegas, and we expect to see obviously what's the beautiful big Megan? Was it Megan? What's her name? Megan? Dr. Scooby, Megan.
Yeah, she will do
We expect her
Atlanta
to make
next week.
the beautiful Brittany.
Yes.
Brittany, she will make it this year. Jeanette, maybe from Sweden.
Oh yeah, yeah, true.
She's coming back at Texas, and
The next
Amanda,
Amanda,
if
yes.
she can make it, it's gonna be good. Yeah. Okay, guys, this is our women's physique Portugal pro wrap up, and stay tuned. We have some interviews coming on this channel soon, probably this week. And then we're also going to have a tremendous documentary about the amazing transformation and much more in our next episode of Beyond the Female Muscle with Portugal edition. And Zimmerman, say something before we. Last thing, is Missy going to be shredded? Yes or no?
Of course she is. Of course she is. She's already way better, and now we have 3 more months to even come better. So yeah, stay tuned for that. That will be the most exciting Olympia, because last year was the warm up for her. There we say warm up, okay? And this year it's time to bring it.
And we are out.